Do you know what and whiskey tonight? Do you know what how those are similar? Michael Jackson and whiskey? Both are 7-year-old liquor.
Well.
So Amanda, you can stop smiling tonight. No one's tipping. I enjoy Brandon a lot. It's so much fun getting to know him more and more over the years here. And I tried, trying to find some good tattoo jokes, but then I realized he was bringing his own.
Oh.
All right, who else do we have that's ready to come on up here? Come on.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yay!
Well, I remember the first time we came down here to the Kelton. I was sitting there looking at the menu, and I looked over, and here was a pair of hairy legs with a skirt. And I thought to myself, am I in Jackson Hole? And then I heard the voice, and I went, oh my God, I don't know where I'm at. But anyway, I mean, I know his dad, and I know him, and he comes from a long line of what we used to call in the Navy pecker checkers. Anyway, I got to know Brandon, and he is just one of the most wonderful people. And him and Courtney ought to do really well down in Salt Lake. I mean, you're going to teach them all kinds of new shit.
I've never seen the likes of me before.
Anyway, that's about it. Gary, you do that.
So being October, right here, right around the corner for big political election season, it's hard to. But I wanted to avoid it. I'm a little disappointed though that Janice wasn't here because I wanted to ask her when she was backstage with Donald Trump exactly how firm of a grasp he has. Handshake, people. Handshake.
Hey, they're recording this.
Oh, having a good time here tonight. So let's see what else is going on here. Kyle's here tonight. I'm not going to call him a serial killer, but watch out for the quiet ones.
Oh, Kyle.
He's right behind you.
I know. We have another one that's ready to come up here and to honor Brandon. You ready there? Come on.
Take a seat, Superman. We have a box. We have a box. Alright. So I've known Brandon for a really long time. Went to school with him, and I just have to say, there's not a better person in this world that could have made me look so good. Whether it be the school, the job, it's just been, I've always been able to say, alright, I always have that level that I can read. And I don't really have much more to say other than that. I didn't really prepare anything else, but honestly, I was worried about getting up here and just bawling my eyes out. But
Aww.
Do it.
but I'm gonna miss you, man, and I'm gonna come visit a ton, so it's not really goodbye.
You better.
That's all I got.
Yay!
So, no one's safe when you come to roast, but I had some stuff prepared for Courtney. But Courtney, you get a pass.
Oh.
Because joke's on you, you're moving in with him.
I know.
This has been a lot of fun. Like I can't. Who else is ready? Who else do we have here this tonight? Your hand coming up. So.
All right, that was Brandon's best brother, Kyle. There. I hear that it's his body, man. If you mess with Brandon, he will fuck you up. Brandon ain't gonna be able to handle it. So. Kyle. Jeff and Susan are here, and we never see them around here anymore. They've got their own bar. It's got 4 beers on tap, and it's about 2 miles that way. All right. You guys were looking for a third one, but you're not gonna get it. That's racist. All Southerners are not cliche. Redneck lives matter, people. A lot of Brendan's family is here. They're really wonderful people. I don't understand how they dropped the ball on Brandon. This story here is more a roast of Brandon's friends than it is a roast of Brandon.
Oh dear.
2 years ago, Super Bowl, we decided to throw a big party out here at the club. And Brandon decided to start drinking at 9 or 10 that morning with Zach, I believe. He's here somewhere, yes. Decided to start drinking about 9 or 10 in the morning. The game didn't start till like 4. We all get up here and get to drinking for the game. And myself and a few other people saw Brandon stumble out of the bar, going slowly from thing to thing, like this, and then he'd hold on for a second, and then he'd catch something else for a few seconds, and he walked to the door. And we all just assumed that he was going out to puke and he'd be right back in. Well, it was third quarter, and the game got really interesting. So everybody forgot about Brandon. And then the game got really interesting until the end of the game, and it was over with, and everybody really forgot about Brandon. So the next day, he has to come into work, and everybody's like, man, we just don't know where you went. What happened? Well, I walked home, and I got lost. And I got really lost, and I was walking in the middle of the street until I saw blue lights. So I decided the best thing to do was just to walk up to the cop car and say hello. Because it's better than running. And I'm not so sure he could have run at that point anyway. Well, a huge, as opposed to testament, a roast of, as opposed to a roast, a testament to Brandon. It happened to be a guy that he deployed with, who's a cop here in town. All of them are great. And so the cop, instead of arresting him, said, "I'm in the front seat, I will take you home." So all of Brandon's friends forgot him whenever he walked outside, and we lost him, but he managed to make it home okay. So
We looked for him. We made phone calls.
I don't remember that.
So did you have his picture on milk cartons?
Milk carton.
If it had gone on for another month or two, we probably would have gone that far. But anyway, apart from Brandon being a complete drama queen and causing a lot of shit in this place all the time, just constant drama. I've known him for years now. I've done my best not to be an asshole whenever he's bouncing and get too drunk and that sort of thing. He's always muskrat. He's always just been the greatest and the most measured person with any interaction I've ever had seen with anybody, and there's a lot of good people here tonight that love him, and that's a huge testament to who he is. So here's to Brandon going 3.5 hours away.
Got a fun little interlude to that story. True story, actually, believe it or not.
Give him the crown.
As I walk up to that cop car, the blue flashing lights, walk up to him,
I didn't even know it was gonna be somebody I recognized, but I knock on the window and he's just like, holy shit, looks like you need an adult.
Yes, I
You know, it's funny that I've heard that story from the other side, from the cops' point of view. Something he may not remember in his inebriated state is that he knocked on a door and the little old lady was very frightened. And the little old lady called the police because the little old lady was the mother of the chief of police here in Idaho.
Oh
So things could have gone really interesting that way. Thank you for not driving drunk. Oh my goodness! So it's a lot of fun being able to do this. Graham, thank you so much for participating up here. I love that you do construction because that way you can multitask. You can be unproductive, lazy, and unattended what's going on a daily basis. So it's great. Who else is here that I know? Joey's here. Joey, good to see you. She left the Kelp to go on to bigger things, to get into real estate. The unfortunate thing is she's really good at her job. She describes the houses so well that people keep wanting to stay there.
That's actually really true.
All right, who else would like to say a few words for Brandon?
This is dust.
Yeah.
Now you should have this too.
He needed a box.
Okay, so I just recently started getting to know Brandon. I started working here back in March, and every time I'd go hi or I'd say something to him, he just would. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with him? I was like, why does he not? He would never say hi back. He never ever talked to me. And then finally I realized, well, after I thought that I had pissed him off, I remember talking to Bobby about it once, and he's like, yeah, I know. And I was like, why don't you ever say hi back to me? He goes, I just can't fucking hear anything. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He is deaf.
But a better story. So a few weeks ago, Brandon worked the day shift and then covered Bobby tonight. It was a Monday, super slow. There were like maybe 2 tables in here, so I was super bored. And he's helping this lady, and then she ends up going and sitting at a table. She got a to-go order. She had to fast, and yeah. And so I'm like not paying any attention to anything, and she kind of waves me over, and I go over and I'm like, yeah, gee, what can I help you with? What can I grab you? And she goes, is this always like this? And I look at her receipt, it's itemized, and it's got whatever her sandwich was, however much, $14, and then it says fucking cheese. Fucking cheese! Oh shit. She's like, did I make him mad? Or I'm like, probably. Pissed off Brandon now or something. He gives 0 fucks anymore. But, I was like, oh, yeah, no, it's actually really funny. It's an inside joke we've got here. We put fucking on everything. That's just how we label things. I didn't know it did that.
Weird.
Okay, she wasn't buying it, I'm pretty sure, but I tried to salvage and I don't think it worked. So anyways, fucking cheese.
That's the truth, though. You know, Brandon has never cared about customer service.
We know that.
I used to bounce when I was here, you know, running the door, and I don't know why he'd like to do this, but customers that got a little too inebriated, a little bit upset, that he would want to egg them on. like, let's make this tougher on Clark. I don't know how many times that ever happened. So, what was really funny though is when I stopped bouncing and they decided it would be a good idea to have Brandon be the bouncer.
Yeah.
Let's handle that situation real quick. But you know, I mean, escalating situations to violence is always a great thing. All right, who else do we have? 'Cause I'm out of material, so we need to have someone else coming up here.
Kyle's ready. We need a box.
So sorry, I'm back again. But Grant's story, thank you so much. So Graham's of another story that happened like a week or two after the Super Bowl story. So, me and Brandon went to the Andy Frasco concert a couple weeks after that. And,
Probably like 6 days.
yeah. We had quite a bit. Jameson was involved, some beer, and we had a really good time. Up until the point that I decided I need to sit down for a bit. And Brandon's like, okay, well I'm gonna keep dancing. And so he's over, he's dancing.
Exactly.
And so I decide it's a great idea that I haven't been late in a while. I'm gonna go meet some ladies. And so I stand up, and I walk outside of the venue where the concert is. I go up to this person, start talking to them. I don't get super far into this conversation, and most of this story is coming from other people. I'm gonna just say that now. I don't recall any of this. Most of the story comes from other people, and so I'm talking to this person, and suddenly I just fall straight backwards. I am out cold. I haven't slept in over 2 days. It's finals for school. I'm done. I'm out cold. And then, so people, like, they come to me and go, okay, who's this guy? They reach into my wallet, they grab my ID, they find out who I am. And then over the intercom, they go, would a party responsible for Kyle Bramlett please come? Brandon, upon hearing this, goes, oh, I know that person.
Finish the song.
So then upon that, he finishes up the song, he comes out, he's like, hi, so I know Kyle Bramlett, and he gets out, it's the same cop that picked him up the week before. And so Brandon's like, no, he's fine, he doesn't need any help, and he goes, no, you need to sit down, we're taking him to the hospital. Okay, officer, that'll be fine. So then, about 4 hours later, I wake up in the hospital. I have no idea where I am. He picks me up. Suddenly, I'm talking about something about video games, going like, wow, I just got the shit beat out of me, didn't I? And so then we went and we had breakfast. But I just felt that was a nice segue from Graham's story.
Same cop.
Just how interesting that set of weeks was with that particular officer.
I'm sure he loved it.
He did.
Yay!
Gotta bring this way back up. My goodness. I know.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. You know, I don't even know how. Like, I've done this occasionally. Like, I've gone next to short people and gone, I don't know. It's scary down there. It's so dark.
So I can't breathe down here.
Before I get to introducing Brandon to have him come up and say a few words, how many more do we have that would like to come up?
I can try one.
Okay.
I'll do
Let's
it.
get on up. Switch off.
Okay, so I know you all love to hate me right now because I'm taking him away from you. I gave her that. So Taylor actually reminded me of a story. So you're not the only person he would not say hello to. Thank you. So I have known Brandon for about 11 years now. And 10th grade was when I met him. And when he walked in, I was like, I'm gonna say hello to him. And he did not say hello back. And that went on for 2 weeks. Every single day I would say hello, and every single day he would walk by me. And I was like, really? And then when he finally said hello, I couldn't get rid of his ass. And here I am 11 years later with him. So thank you for that, everybody. So this is a fun story about Brandon. When he first met my mother, generally people get a little nervous about meeting their friends' lovers or mothers or
Their
whatever
friends'
how you wanna
lovers.
put it.
Same thing sometimes.
And so we were in drama class together, and we decided that day that we were going to make him cross-dress. So I put him in a really nice Renaissance dress and stuffed his bra full of paper towels. And we went into my mother's classroom, and we were taking a picture, and and I'm grabbing his boots, and the next thing I know, he's got his hand full on my ass. And I'm like, really? In front of my mother? So that was my mother's first impression of Brandon. So.
To this day, she never lets me live it down.
Exactly.
Every time I see her.
Yeah.
I'd like to remind you of that. So.
Yeah. So that's my first story of Brandon that I can really, truly remember. But more than anything, I just want to thank all of you for releasing him to me. Hopefully, I won't suffer too badly. And just thank you. He's cool stuff. So,
So I just saw Janice walk in, so I can ask this question. So Janice, you did get to go to the backstage with Donald Trump. Just wanted to know how firm his grasp is. Do you have any words you want to add?
I'll tell you, Trump's hands, they're huge.
Ooh la la!
Well, I don't really know how to roast people because I'm just not that way. You know, I thought about this, but I do have some things that I wanted to say about Brandon. I hope I don't get too emotional tonight, but
Aww.
when I heard that you were leaving us, I was really sad and upset. Of course, I'm just speaking selfishly for our interests here at the Celt and personal interests. I've gotten to know you really well. You're an awesome guy. I don't know what things people have said, but the way that Brandon would deal with people, some of the craziest people, and he'll just stand there and stare at them like, okay. But he's always really firm and strong, and you got the tats all over, and it's like such I love your crown.
He's a pretty princess. He's a pretty princess.
Yes, he is.
But Brandon, I told you this before, and I want everybody to know too how much you mean to myself, Liza, Jimmy, James, and I'm sure all of the people that you work with and a lot of your customers. You are just a really great employee, and you're a great person. I was sad to hear that you were leaving because you're such an important part of the Celt. Just having somebody that really you can depend on and is always looking out for the best interests of the business. That's just immeasurable. And so we're really fortunate that we were able to have you for 4 years, and I know that you'll move on and have other opportunities, but if you ever want to come back, you always got a home here with us. And anyways, just the way that you're honest, and the way you handle the books, and kind of keeping the eye on things for the business is really valuable, and so we've appreciated that so much. And I also wanted to comment that I just think you're such a great guy. The way that I see that you treat your mom, you're so respectful and so sweet to your mom. That means a lot. And so, anyways,
Who else do we have tonight that would like to come up and just say a couple words? Who are we waiting for? One of them. There we go.